This video is from Irwindale Public Library, where we will show you how to do 3 easy science experiments using water. For our first experiment, we will show you how to pour water down a strain. So you will need 2 disposable cups, string or yarn, scissors or a knife, and water. Here are my 2 cups, and I'm going to take one of them and I'm going to poke a hole in the very top of the cup. I'm using a knife. You can use a scissor, just whatever is safe, and we want the hole to go all the way through. Then get your piece of string ready. I'm going to use about 16 inches. I'm not measuring it, I'm just eyeballing. So cut your piece of string and then tie it through the hole securely. And cut off any excess string from making the knot. And next, fill your cup about halfway with water. Then get your second cup and put it below your first cup. Hold the first cup at an angle and pull the string tightly and aim the string towards the second cup. So what we're going to practice doing is pouring the water down the string into the second cup. It does take a few tries, and you'll see here, like, I've got it, but I shift positions and it stops going down the string. Keep repeating this experiment until you can fill up the second cup all the way without spilling any water and by only pouring it down the string. You actually can do this. If you keep practicing your angle and the speed, it will get better. So why does this work? Water is a very unique substance. It sticks to itself, which is known as cohesion, and it can also stick to other materials known as adhesion. So when you first pour the water down the string, we see that it adheres to the string, but it starts spilling. As you continue, it's going to stick to the string even better, and then you can pour it all the way down without spilling. So what we're seeing is the water molecules are sticking to each other and the string, and that's creating our even flow. And this is cohesion in action. In our next experiment, we are going to look at water solubility. So you will need water, a container, a spoon or a stirrer, and various household substances that I will show you. So we're going to look at what kind of substances will dissolve in water. And by dissolve, we mean it becomes evenly distributed in the water. I'm going to be testing just random substances I have at home. Here we have hydrogen peroxide, and we'll see that it dissolves really evenly. And let's try baking soda. This one, when I stir it also dissolves really well, just blends in with the water. And let's try flour. This one actually does not dissolve well, which I thought it would, so my prediction was wrong. And maybe that will happen to you when you're testing different substances. You'll find that they do or do not dissolve. This one looks pretty chunky, kind of gross. And we'll take a look at dish soap too. When I stir this one, I see that again, it's pretty evenly distributed as well. And the last one that I'll show you is oil. And for this one, it actually always stays separate from the water because it's more dense. And you can really test any substances you have at home. So why do substances dissolve? The bonds of the one substance are reacting to the bonds of the water and they're combining. But what about the examples that we shared that don't dissolve? In those cases, what happens is the bond of that substance is too strong so that the water cannot dissolve the bond and it sticks to itself and not the water. For our last science activity, we're going to make blooming paper flowers. So you will need a paper flower, water, a container, and coloring supplies. To start with, let's color our flower shapes. So I'm going to do 2. You can do more or less, and I'm just going to color them different colors. And then we will go ahead and cut out our flowers. Then we're going to roll up our flowers using 2 different methods. For the first one, I'm just going to roll it into a tube, and then remove the crayon as well. And for the next one, I will fold my petals in. Then I'm going to put my flower in the water and see what happens. And I see that some of the petals are blooming a little bit, but not all the way. And it blooms a little bit more, but not fully opening. But that's okay. So I think I folded mine a little bit too tightly, but maybe yours will bloom a little better. Let's try our next one. And this one is going to turn out perfectly, actually. And there it goes. There is my fully bloomed flower. What does this experiment show? This is a great model, especially the last example, to see how the capillaries in flowers, which are like small little veins, distribute water to the whole plant. So just imagine in that paper that the water is distributing everywhere because of the tiny capillaries are sending it to all the different parts. That's the end of our video, and we hope that you'll join us next time. Thanks for watching.